2, 3. That's just sync them up.
Okay, you need to run through this in the production meeting before. You can't just suddenly do something like that and not tell me what's going on, because I'm confused now.
So what you do is when you get more than 1 or 2 cameras on you.
There's too many now.
I know you're. I feel like you're in a.
I didn't even go to makeup this morning.
No, I can see that. I was tired. I can see that. But when you go to clap, you see if I clap.
Yeah.
That then syncs them. It enables me to sync all the cameras together when I get it into the editing.
You are a leader in the field now, aren't you? You're no longer Dan Hendriksen, the golfer. You're Dan Hendriksen, producer, editor, YouTube star.
You are kind to me. Good morning and welcome everybody to the Sunday morning show. Good morning, Lester.
Good morning, Dan.
So we've opted this week to make a move back to the dance, and to be honest, you were a little bit upset that you didn't dance last week.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I enjoyed the dancing. It's my one bit of exercise of the week.
It is your bit of exercise. You did really well, didn't you? So, yeah. Little sweat on a Sunday morning.
So we decided if you don't like the dancing, then you can double click about 8 times, and you'll just.
If you click on the right side of the screen, it'll 15-second you on.
You miss it, but why would you not want to see us dancing? Like, do you know what I mean?
It's lovely.
If you don't like it, go and watch someone else's channel.
Yeah, you can always do that. So, what another busy week we've had. Another busy week. What a great little game we had this week as well, down at the Point of Poles F.
Yes.
People had been asking for a rematch, so we were looking for a rematch against Will and my brother.
We give the people what they want. And you ask, you get.
Exactly right. So we went down to the Point of Poles F, which is the north point of Cornwall. So beautiful place. It's not far away from St Enodoc. You can kind of see a bit of St Enodoc when you're playing it, and also not too far away from Trevose. So if you're in that area and you want a couple of different golf courses to play, Point of Poles F is definitely one you should be looking at, sort of giving a call and getting booked in.
Did well really, because it was raining. We had a delayed start. It was winding and it was quite cold and damp when we played, but hopefully it'll still come across well on.
Yeah, I'm sure. We just got a bit of a later start than what we were hoping to get done, and then that just gets me into trouble when I get home.
Yeah.
If I get home a couple of hours later than I'm expected, then I'm in trouble.
Just blame me, because I get blamed for most stuff.
Well, I blame the weather in this one.
Yeah,
so,
okay. Alright.
And Laura does watch, so we can't just keep blaming you for everything.
Okay, fair enough. But no, it's good, wasn't it? Nice.
It was very good.
Jeremy, the owner. Really nice.
Jeremy, really good.
Came
Looked after us.
with us,
very good. Yeah.
Brought us lunch, which was really nice.
It was nice. Yeah.
Made us feel really welcome, and the golf pro as well. That Phil.
Yeah, Phil Brooks.
Yeah, Phil Brooks.
The pro down there. Yeah, he made us feel very welcome as well.
It was good.
So it was a good setup they've got.
Yeah, they've got a good health club.
Very relaxed, which is what I kind of like about golf clubs. In some situations, definitely more of a relaxed atmosphere, and that's definitely what they're trying to bring.
Great holes as well down there, wasn't there?
Par 3 strong.
And a good game as well.
Very good game.
They'll enjoy that.
Another 6-parter, not to give too much away, but very good game, which is what we expect, you know. So you've had a text come through.
That's not a question for the Sunday.
Is it not?
No, I don't think so. I've got some though.
Go on then. So let's have a little question to get us going.
Okay. Do you want a question?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Right. So I'm gonna throw one out here.
Yeah.
And this is from Holger Munster.
Yeah.
And he has asked. Short question.
Short question.
When they say that's normally a long question.
We like short questions.
Which app do you use to track the ball flight? Is it an Android or an Apple app? Nice greetings to Dan. Keep up the good vlogs. Hope the rematch was successful.
Yeah, they always are successful. So we use. Yeah, so we're trying to basically ramp up as much tech as we possibly can into the course logs. So we want to do things like shot tracers. We've just got a Mevo, I think it's called. Lee brings a lot of that stuff, because he likes all
sort of
head of tech, Lee. And he brings it. We've got a Mevo, which is a flight scope little device now that we're going to put him behind the golf ball, which gives us basically the numbers that we're getting off our shot. So we can just chuck it into the corner of the screen, and you'll be able to see exactly how far we're hitting it. what sort of numbers we're getting from it. Again, a lot of people might want to see that, some of you might not want to see that, but it's just something extra we want to check in there.
If people like certain things that we're doing, then obviously comment and say what they like, we'll keep. If they don't like it, we'll get rid of it.
Absolutely.
It's as simple as that, isn't it?
But the app that we use for the shot tracers is actually, I think, called Shot Tracer app. Yeah, it's called a Shot Tracer app. If I just show you there you go, Shot Tracer app. And that's the one that I would use, let's say, off my phone. So if we're filming from my phone doing the shot tracers, then we can use that app. But Lee's got another one that I think he's got on his Apple MacBook Pro that he uses. He's got the app for that. So it is an Apple one that we use. I think Android maybe make another one as well. So I'm not sure exactly. But to be honest with you, it's a cheap app. It's not an expensive app to be able to put that together. And it's just a bit of fun.
Yeah, and sometimes on blind shots you obviously can't see the flight, and sometimes we miss it as well.
Yeah, the other thing is the low light. So if we get a bit of low light, so later on in the round, like people asked about the Thurleston round, why wasn't the shot tracer on in the last part? That was purely because it was a little bit dark as we were finishing off the round, which then actually we lost the light, and therefore you can't track the ball quite as well. So it's not an expensive app, cheap app, but it works for us.
GC quad in the indoor as well.
Yeah, GC Quad, Foresight GC Quad is what we use for inside the studio. Yeah. And then, like I said, we're using that Mevo flight scope thing on the golf course now, which I don't know enough about that one because I don't really work with flight scope. But
that comes into play, doesn't it?
It comes into play. We start using that at the Point of Poles F, which will be coming out soon. Next week, we start in France.
Brilliant.
It's really, really good, yeah. I'm looking forward to that. Van Quevet. Which you would say it as Valqueven is like how you would possibly read it, but Valquevat is how they say it over there. So that I'm looking forward to getting back over there and seeing what we've got. Well, I'd like to see the footage on it and see how it's all come from there. But yeah, it should be exciting. Good. So this week's video, one of the ones I really enjoyed making was the Thurleston preview one that we did, which basically followed over from the Thurleston course vlog that we did. Yeah. And it was a bit about the history, got to meet the people that are obviously running the golf club, and I'm quite keen to do a bit more of that.
Your 7th video, you call it?
I call it my 7th video, yeah.
I think because it's nice to obviously see the golf course, but there's other bits to a golfing experience, especially when we're doing these sort of mini holidays, little breaks, and people want to see. I personally, as a viewer, would want to see what the town's like, restaurants, bars, etc. Because I'm not just going for the experience of the golf course. I want to see a bit of culture. That's what we saw. A little bit of culture we had in France.
You do like a little bit of culture, don't you? So for me that was really enjoyable to make that. What I like to share with everybody is obviously a little bit of history about the golf courses that we go to, which is always good.
You should have been a history teacher. Honestly, you love it, don't you?
I do like a bit of history, yeah. But I also like to share with you the people that work there, because and obviously the members that are there as well, because ultimately when you get to these golf courses, it's nice to be able to put a face to names, or see the people that actually work at the golf club and actually sort of know who they are when you walk in and see them. So to see Simon and to see Steve, and then obviously to meet up Valen again was really nice as well, because he's a previous member here and he moved, so he ended up having to find a new club, and what a club to find. Yeah, beautiful. So so we'll do a bit more. We'll do hopefully a bit more of that 7th video, which I like to call it. It's a bit of fun. So I've got a question for you. Okay. And this has kind of come from Instagram, because I've been putting on some stories when we were at the Point of Poles F. People have spotted, and I wasn't trying to show them.
You
I wasn't, no, because I actually wanted them to see it when they actually get to watch the Point of Poles F. But Lester has changed putters. What have you done?
So I initially switched from an old Scotty Cameron Plow Platinum, which you'd call the Newport 3 now. It was a similar shape.
Okay,
it was the older style, so
Delmar Newport 3,
Newport 3, which I putted okay with, but just fancied a bit of a change. Been on the Sam Putting Lab, and that putter wasn't really suited to my stroke. Not that I think there's a putter that's suited to my stroke. So FGX kindly sent me a putter to test that review. So I've given it a bit of a go, and initially I feel like I putted better with it. I felt like I hold out better, and it gave me a little bit more confidence. In the last couple of vlogs, last couple of rounds I've played, not so much. Yeah. And I've gone for a change.
Well, I like what you've kind of gone in a way. You've kind of gone back to an older putter, haven't you?
I've gone to an older style that I liked putter shape wise.
Yeah.
And obviously on a newer putter. I used it. I basically made it up and used it yesterday. That was his debut. His first putt I'd hit with it was on the first hole.
Oh, was that right?
That was it. Yeah, no. So it got better from the first because I didn't really know the speed of it. But I feel like I putted better with that yesterday, possibly.
Okay.
It might be only the initial
switch
that makes you putt better. You feel a little bit more confident. But you said you made a comment yesterday that you felt I putted better with it.
You definitely. Well, that's an interesting one because when you hit your first putt with it,
yeah,
and I could see that you were a little bit tentative with it.
Yeah.
First putt that you hit on the first green.
Yeah.
And then you had a couple of practice putts with it when the hole had kind of finished.
Correct. Yeah.
And then on the second or third, no, it was on the third tee. You said to me quietly, you said, how does that look? How does my putting look? How does it look?
Yeah.
You know? And I said, actually, it looks really good.
Yeah.
Like your stroke looks really good. You look confident, and it's almost like that was a switch for you.
Yeah.
Like you almost needed that little bit of reassurance.
It's because of with the way the other putter lies.
Oh, let's have a little look at them. So if you grab them both in here.
So
if you grab and then grab the new one.
So
FGX.
So we have done a video. If you want to have a look at the review, we did that probably 3-4 months ago. That's on the channel. Maybe a link below for it.
Yeah.
If you want to see it.
Yeah, we'll pop it in there.
So it's very flat.
Very flat.
So the lie angle it's called the Hybrid X. So the idea is you're supposed to stand like you would hit a hybrid. So you're probably 6 to 12 inches further away from the ball than a traditional putter, with your eye line being inside that. The idea behind it is you take the putter on the inside close to the ground and make like that closing rotating door.
Yep.
Which the idea was for me to get a more consistent stroke that I could put the same stroke on it. So the reason I said to you, does my stroke look alright? Because the first couple of putts with the new putter, I felt like I was really taking it on the inside, which is obviously not what you want to do with this new putter. So I was then trying to readjust to take more of a square to square stroke.
Okay. And then what have you got there now then?
We've gone for a similar shaped head. So we've gone for the sort of mallet, but it's more of a stretched mallet.
It's a ping.
So it's the, might be a video on this, I'll go into this screen. It's the Ping Volt, and it's called the Oslo. It's quite heavy as well, face balanced, 34 inches. And I've also stuck a massive, I've gone the wrong way, massive Super Stroke grip on it. So I've got the 5.0, the Fatso, so that's as big as you go really with a grip.
Yeah. Yeah, that is that's bigger grip than this one, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
So that's what,
probably,
like a 2.0?
That's probably 2.0 maybe.
2.0, and then you've gone into a big one.
Yeah.
Face balance, both face balance.
Both face balance.
So very similar sort of feel of that side of it.
Correct, yeah.
So it's an older putter that you've kind of brought back, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's one that I've had knocking around.
For a little while?
For a little while. Yeah, I mean, it's just Ping make great putters.
Yeah,
I've had Ping putters before. Yeah. I like the shape. It was one I was always going to try and put in the bag at some stage. It just had a normal grip on it, so I've gone for the Fatso. I've had a bit of success in the past.
With a bigger
I had
grip.
a 2-ball with a Fatso on 5-6 years ago, which I liked. So just trying to recreate the feelings and the thought when I putt well and try and get it back. But I thought I putted okay with it yesterday, so that will stay in the bag for a couple more weeks.
Okay, good. I like to see that. And when you're putting, like, is there an anxiety when you putt? Do you feel not got a lot of confidence? Is it? Do you get over a ball and feel a bit nervous?
It's not.
Does the situation change that?
Yeah, I mean it's a tricky one because at times I feel like I roll it well, and then all of a sudden I'll have a stroke which I'll either twitch it or have a little bit of nerves, I guess, or the stroke won't feel as smooth. It'll just come from nowhere, and then once that happens, it might be a missed short putt or it might be a long putt where I think, oh no, I literally had a hand explosion, is probably the best way to describe it. And then all of a sudden I lose confidence, and rather than rolling the ball at the hole, I'm rolling it towards the hole to 2-putt. Get it close, rather than thinking I can hold this.
Yeah.
So that's my greatest concern. But
like I said to you, it can't get
No,
it can't get any worse.
In France, particularly, as you'll
But
see,
that's not a bad thing. I'm not saying that to be bad.
It's a fair comment. No.
You know, you may as well go to find something you like the look of, find something you like the feel of, and you know it will be what it will be. If you're anxious with your putting, you've got to just go in to try and find some different mindsets and having a big change to something extreme, like changing a grip. Changing a putter grip, changing your grip, the way you hold the putter. Those are all little things that you can do that which will switch your brain.
Yeah.
And if you switch your brain, you can then start to trigger another like neuro pathway out there that takes you down a different avenue, which it takes you away from that nervous sensation or that yippy feel.
I mean, it's no secret that I hit the ball well in France for the 3 days. I was pleased with my oval ball striking. But I did not take much advantage of
where you put the ball on the
ball, to be honest. And if I'd have probably putted like you, then I would definitely have scored better. That's no disrespect how you were hitting it, because you hit it well. But I just felt that it was time to
shift again.
Yeah, and people were saying, "Oh, get rid of that part." So now I've changed. It'd be interesting to see what people think.
But when you were going to make this shift, I wanted you to change because you wanted to change. I didn't want the viewers that commented to make that make it your decision to change.
I think initially, because it looked so different, people were criticising it and saying get rid of it.
Yeah.
But I think initially the first 3 or 4 vlogs,
it was
I was well with it, and I
yeah.
think it made a difference.
Yeah,
so
I would agree.
If it's done that job, that it's got my confidence back, then perfect. And
absolutely.
Now I'm going to proceed with this weapon.
Like it. Well, I think we've chirped on enough today.
We've talked a lot today.
We have talked a lot.
Too much?
Well, it's raining outside, so we've not been able to get outside and do some workout on the golf course. So I thought today we'd just talk a little bit about Lester's putter and the way you feel over your putter and things like that. So I thought it was quite a nice one to have a little chat about. But have you got anything else you'd like to report? Just France next week, isn't it?
And also FootJoy sent you some nice new tops and flowery patterns.
Have you seen that? Yeah.
No, you had a nice one yesterday.
Yeah, did you like that one?
It was nicer than Paul's one. Paul's was a little bit...
A bit out there.
Yeah. But I quite like the one you were wearing. A nice subtle blue. Yeah.
They make some nice stuff.
Yeah.
Right, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and we look forward to catching up with you again next Sunday. See you next Sunday.